Hello, this is Howie, and I'm here to help you win with money. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm glad you came back and watching another video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Before I go on into the video for today, I just want to remind people there is a playlist. So here you can organize, or I organize the videos. So if you want to see my result for the trade challenge, you don't want to track it, here's all the videos for the weekly so far. If you want to see my options trade, I group it by quarter so you don't have to see everything. If you like Bitcoins, you can go into here. If you want to see other money topics, you come in here. These are news. And the most popular one is exposed by math. Those I show you how the math works. I spreadsheet everything. You can sort of see it. I do the product reviews. I do a little bit of everything. I have a Bible series with money scriptures. Another way you can follow me is go through Facebook. I do have a Facebook page. It's Solving Chaos. You can follow me there. And my other Facebook thing is this 102 group. This is where a lot of experienced investors talk about how to level up their investing. We talk about ideas and we help people in here. So join this group and you can learn a lot. And so that brings me to today's video, 401k plans. I was in this group and somebody asked this question: what if you put 100% of your salary into your 401k plan? What would you do? And I want to show you something that's really interesting. Look at what this guy says. I set it to 100%. I fully fund my 401k plan in the first few months of the year. After you hit the max, it will automatically stop taking money out from you. And look what I wrote. If you get a match, you would actually not get the full amount. And so I explained that. And I said, hey, I'm going to create a video on this because I don't think anybody believes me. And then you see it. This guy talking about a true up, which makes sense. And then I said, okay, well, that's good to know. Look, I didn't even know it was a thing that you can do a true up. And look at this. This is great to know. Then he's saying it's not accurate. This guy's talking about something else. He's thinking the match does not go against the 19,500 limit. You see, misinformation. People argue over nothing and don't know what they're talking about. So I had to clarify, argue back. Here's another one. Here you go. This guy admits it. His company does not do a true up. Therefore, he lost money. You see that? He front loaded it. He missed out on 5% matching. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. People who don't know lose money. They're not winning with money. They think they are. And then they end up losing money and don't know how. And so this is why I help people. And here's another person who said, hey, I did the same mistake a while ago. I was shocked why my employer match was not coming in. So I wrote, obviously, I thank people so that they understand what I'm talking about, because some people don't understand the math. So in today's video, we're going to model this out. People do not understand what the heck a company match is or how it works, and they just assume it's simple. So let's start off with some basic things. If you make a salary, you can decide how much money you want to put away. So what I did was, in order to prove that this thing works, let's start out with some simple numbers. Assuming you have 10 paychecks, okay? And your company, well, we'll do something really simple right now. We'll do a dollar for dollar match. We'll do a 10% match. And then we'll do... Now, normally you can't do a match if you didn't put any money in. So let's say, just for argument's sake, you're going to save 10% of your income. So this is what the numbers look like. Every paycheck, you get 10 paychecks, which I know is not realistic, is this much. Here's your max paycheck. Here's what it looks like. There's no match, and this is how much money you will put into your 401k plan. There is a limit. So if you're making $300,000, you see this? Your paycheck, 10% of that is putting away $3,000, but the max you can actually put in based on this number here should be this amount, because you cannot pass the IRS 19,500 limit unless you're older. But I wanted to model this out so you can see what this looked like. Okay, so that's the first step, because if you don't understand what's happening, most people only save 4%. So the numbers change, right? If you can save 60%, the numbers change. Okay, so before we do anything, we'll stick with easy number. Now, if you have a monthly paycheck, this is what it will look like. If you have twice a month paychecks, this is what it will look like. So this is how much your 401k plan will be based on what you're putting in, based on 10% saving rate. And if you have every Friday paycheck, it's 26. Okay? Now, some companies use a match. So they do this number. Some companies use a 6% match. That's what it says. 6% match. And this is how the numbers work. Now, the numbers are not easy to follow. So in order to make it easy, sometimes I like to just show you what it looks like by selecting the same numbers here for here. So that means in your paycheck, if you're making, we'll use 24 months, doesn't really matter. If you're using 24 months, you want to, basically your paycheck is going to contribute $208 into a 401k plan. If your company has a 10% of your salary match, dollar for dollar, that's how much they're going to actually give you, this 208. And when you add that up, did I break something here? When you add that up, it should be, that's weird. Let me try to fix that. Okay, I didn't even see that. There was an extra symbol there. So this is what your paycheck will be. You're saving $208 per paycheck, and then you're getting a match. Now, most companies don't give you a dollar for dollar match. I had a company that gave me 25 cents. That's what it will look like. Some companies give you a 50 cents match. This is what it will look like. Some companies don't even give you 10% match. Most companies give you 6. There are some companies that give you up to 7 or even 8. So for modeling sake, let's just use 6. Okay, so what does this all mean? If you are the average American, you're probably saving less than 5%. It will look something like this. So here's your salary. Here's your paycheck value that you're going to put into a 401k plan. And here's what the numbers look like. So if you're making, let's say, $80,000 and you're doing 5%, it's saying your contribution will be $166 per paycheck. The company is going to give you a match, and the value is right here. It's $100 is what we're saying. Now, this gets a little bit more complicated. If you are somebody who's saving 15%, you see the numbers jump up. Now, if you're saving 15%, you're going to notice something. The guy who's making 150 grand a year, he's going to hit the cap. And it caps out at 19.5 because you can see how this works. So even though his paycheck, he can put away this much, this is saying, well, the maximum that the company will match up to is sort of this number. And it's not this number, but this is like the optimal number that you should be using, because here is where it shows you what the match should be. Okay? And when you do that, it says, well, this is what the match should be, but the actual match will be a little bit lower. And then what I do is I add it up. Now, I'm not sure if you get that, but I'll model it out in a different way. I'll show you real quick. So here is the scenario that I was just talking about. Here's all your paychecks. You have 24 paychecks. If you're saving 15%, you will not hit your cap at the end of the year for the $80,000 one, right? So you get the full match from the company, $250 in this scenario. But what if you're the guy who's making 80 grand? So in this scenario, we're talking about 80 grand. What if you're the guy who saves 40% of his paycheck? Whoops, I hit the wrong key. Hang on. I should have did it over here. You see this? At 40%, no matter what your salary is, you're going to hit the IRS limit. And what that's telling you is, look how much money you're putting into your 401k plan. But in the beginning, you're really only getting a match of this much, $100. If I did the math right. Hang on one second, I'm looking. This number is coming from D6. Oh, did I pick the wrong one? I'm looking at, okay, well, D6 is the $100,000 guy. So the match has to be, hang on, I gotta make sure the numbers match. So if this one is 6, this one needs to be a 6 also. So here goes the match. And you see what happens? The match is only this much, but the rest of the year, you're losing matches. Because this is how matching works in your paycheck. What's more optimum, if you want the full match, is you gotta lower your percentage so that in this scenario, you gotta get this number closer to 8, 12, 50. Do you understand what that means? So here you go. If you do 15%, you'll see it, you'll reap the full match, and look how much you will get. You get the full match here. So if you do a subtotal, if I can just type this real quick. Oh, I don't know why it didn't work there. Okay, I'm having a hard time with something as simple. I normally just do a subtotal, 9. Okay, there's just something weird about that, you see? I'm not sure why my keyboard is not. Maybe it's just me. It's just user error. It's always user error. Don't forget that, guys. Okay, so here's your match, $3,000. But if I'm the... Okay, I've been destroying this formula. Hang on one second. I'm going to restore everything back. So I said 15%, $3,000 is your total match. If you use 40% or 50%, you see this? Your total match is $1,000. So while you have more in your 401k plan, you actually lose free money. So that makes no sense. So there are better ways to do that. You can take the full 19,000, get the full match if you know how to time the percentages, and then you can still move money in a brokerage account. You see, this is why after-tax money in a 401k plan, it sometimes doesn't make sense to just put 20 or 30 or 40 grand in there, or try to put all this money in a 401k plan early and then let it auto shut off, because you can't save 50,000 into it. You see, I put 50, but you can't really put 50. It will, by your paycheck 9 or 10, you hit the max and it will stop. And this is why you have to know how to do 401k plan. This is why you have to learn how to do proper paycheck, how much money you need to put in each thing. If you qualify for a Roth, then you should open a Roth. If you don't, you need a tax account, a brokerage account, or you can buy it in something else. There are other ways to invest. If you have a lot of free cash flow, like somebody who's making $200,000 or $300,000, if you maxed out both of your 401k plans and you have no other option, you don't know where to put money, this is why you need to look into a infinity banking type concept using whole life insurance policy. And again, this video is not the place to argue about that. Exposed by math behind a 401k match. Hopefully I made it clear enough that you will understand that saving, it's not too wrong to save 50%, but if you want the full match from your employer, don't do it this way. It's just better to save whatever the number is, 16 or 18% or whatever, depending on your salary. Find the most optimum percentage, and this way you get the full match, and then you can still save more money in other investment vehicles outside of your 401k plan. So that's the summary. I know not everybody's going to agree. This is the beauty of the internet. Even if you show somebody math, they're still going to argue with you, still think they're right. But this is why spreadsheets and modeling does not lie. If you don't understand the laws or how things work, then that's your loss. You saw it, the forums, other people confirmed it. They do lose money by saving too much. They saved more than the $19,500 per year, and they lost the match. And I'm not teaching you not to save 70%. There's a lot of FIRE members that watch my video. They want to retire in 10 years. You can still save 60 and 70%. You just can't do it in a 401k plan, and don't do it the wrong way. Again, there's ways to do it better. Move money in a brokerage account. You can do a Roth IRA if you qualify. Some people love the backdoor IRA. I'm not a big fan of it. That's another video for another time. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, give me a thumbs up, comment below, tell me what you think. I know some of you will not like this, but sure, if you made that mistake, tell us. I want people to benefit from what we teach. I've been spending 20 years arguing with people, showing them the math. I'm not into my opinions. I'm into data-driven solutions. If you like that, definitely share this video with your friends. Let's do this together. As always, we do this $1 at a time. You will make it. You will be a millionaire if you focus on that. And have a profitable day.